Hello everybody, Little Ninja here, and welcome to Minecraft for the first time on this channel. This is a survival let's play, and I just spawned into a random world. We started just over there. There's a plains over there, and a lava pool, desert here, savanna there, and a village. And I want to do a bunch of stuff with villagers in this series. So, this is actually the first week that I have owned the Java edition of Minecraft. Normally I play Pocket Edition, and so yeah, like I'm completely not used to the controls, or a lot of the game mechanics are different. So get your palms ready, because there's going to be a lot of face hitting in this series. So yeah, it's getting night. I need to go kill some sheep quick and get just a basic base started up. Hijack one of these houses around here. So I hijacked the library. And the interesting thing is this town has 2 libraries and no librarians, but it has 2 cartographers, and this is something you don't have in Pocket Edition, is villager trading. So that should be a lot of fun to play around with. Now I want to build myself an actual house, one that isn't randomly generated, and that will require resource gathering. So I need to sink a mine shaft around here somewhere, I guess, and get my mining setup started, a nice branch mine perhaps. So here we are at Y11, and this is another thing you don't have in Pocket Edition, the F3 screen. And man, every time I think about something new that's in this version that isn't in Pocket Edition, I just get more excited and I think of more ideas, that things I want to do with this series. So I'll go ahead and do some branch mining here, and hopefully find some caves to explore, and bring you back in afterwards. So after mining for about 10 minutes, this is what I came up with. A whole bunch of cobblestone, some redstone lapis, 6 diamonds, and 18 gold, and a bunch of iron. So that's a good start, and now I'll build a little house that isn't a library, and then I want to start on a big project that has to do with the villagers, and it requires a farmer. There's only one farmer in this village, so I made sure he's safe. I dug a little hole and I buried him alive. I'm a terrible person. Anywho, I'll set up my little base and then get started gathering a bunch of materials for that project, because it's going to be pretty big. I decided to forego the building of a house until resources are more readily available. And who am I kidding? A library like that one is plenty good enough for a ninja like me to sleep in. So I went ahead and got started with the project, and what this is an iron farm with a villager breeder underneath it. 2 things wrapped into one very neat build, and it's based on a tutorial by Zadecraft. And I'll make sure to put a link in the description. You should go check it out. It's really very well done. But there are 4 levels to this thing, I believe, so I'm going to get started building. Okay, this is the first level, and the villagers drop down the sides from the villager breeder into these channels and go down here, and then the iron golems drop straight down the middle, and you can sort them because the iron golems are 3 high and the villagers are 2 high, which means that the iron golems can go, or the villagers can go where the iron golems can't. So now I'm going to build the layer with the breeder on it. Okay, this is the breeding layer. And how it works is you bring a farmer and one other villager in here, and the farmer will farm these carrots and eventually plant the whole area full of carrots. And the reason for that is that villagers need to have food in order to be happy enough to breed. Anyway, and once I have maybe 6 or 8 villagers in here, I'll go ahead and open all these trapdoors, and whoops, that one's on the wrong side. And the baby villagers will path right off of here because they see the trapdoor as a solid block. And they'll fall down in the water stream and go into the collection chamber. And now all that's left to do is, there's 2 layers up above here where the iron golems spawn in, and they're exactly identical. And this is what they look like. Just simple. 2 stacked right on top of each other, and this one has the doors in it. So now this is considered a village, and I can bring my villagers in here and they'll start breeding. I put carpets over the water just so they could pass straight over and wouldn't fall in and get stuck. And now I just need to get my villagers, the farmer from over there, and any one of the other villagers into here, and I've set up the minecart system already for the farmer. Oh man, that was so close. The villager had apparently glitched into the block side here. He wasn't on the floor, and I walked in here like this and it pushed him into the side of the wall and he started suffocating, and I just managed to break that block before he died. But I sent him off up here and hopefully he's alright. Let's just run up here and see quick. So here he is, and now we just have one more, I guess. Hopefully this guy doesn't die for some weird reason between now and when I get the other guy in here, and I can close them off safely. Nope. Why would you do that? Get in. Go farm crops. Go do the thing you do because you're a farmer. Why must you be so difficult? No, stop. Come back. Why? Oh, okay. You obeyed. Good villager. Keep it going. Keep going. There you go. Okay. One more to go. Well, they're both in here, finally. That was a pain. I kept pushing the guy up here and he would come flying up, and the farmer standing at the top would just push him back down again. And so I had to end up blocking the farmer out. So that... Where are you going? You just killed your brother. You bad farmer. What is wrong with you? Why? Why do bad things happen to good people? Oh dear. So, I learned from my mistakes and got him out of the minecart first this time. And sure enough, as soon as I break this dirt, that farmer just comes barging in. I think it's because maybe there's another door down there and he's going towards that one or something. I'm really not sure, but he is really determined to get out of here. Buddy, you're gonna love it here. You are gonna love it here. Just go harvest your carrots. There's a good boy. Why? Why are they jammed up in the corner? Like, they need to stop. I need to get out there and I need to break that block and get out, and they're blocking my way. So it turns out I was right. There was a door down in town and I broke it, and now they're running around acting normal again. And I'm just getting ready for the next part. I have it basically set up. It's just a rail that goes the whole way around here. And the special thing about this particular system is that you can turn the villager breeder on and off. And the way that works is the village checks for villagers inside of a disc shape, and the villagers check for a village inside of a sphere. So the villagers can be inside of the sphere but outside of the disc, and they will breed. So the village will have 10 pods along the top here, and the villager limit is 11. So you have 10 villagers up here in the disc, and the village says, I need more villagers, breed, and the villagers which are within the sphere but outside of the disc will breed. And then in one pod you have like a toggleable villager elevator or mob evader with water and dispensers. And if you want to turn the breeder off, all you have to do is turn it on, and there will be one villager that swims up into the disc, which means that there will be 11 villagers in the disc, and the village will shut off breeding. If you want to turn the breeding back on, all you have to do is turn that elevator off, and the villager will come down out of range, and the villagers will start breeding again. So now what I have to do is just wait till they breed and get the babies out here in the minecart, and then run them around the top and put them in their respective pods far enough apart that they can't breed up here with each other, and only the villagers down here in the mini farm will be able to breed. So now it's basically a waiting game, waiting for the farmer in there to plant enough carrots that they will start breeding. And while I'm waiting, I built the elevator. As you can see here, it's just a torch tower with a couple dispensers, and there's signs in between inside of there. And then you just hit this button to turn it on or off. And I built the catch system. So the golems and the baby villagers will fall down here, and the golems will get stuck on this block right here and burn up in the lava, and their drops will come out here, and the baby villagers will go right past because they're so much shorter, and they will fall down into a collection pit, and then I'll have like a minecart extraction system in the one corner. Well, that's done. I changed out the cobblestone for andesite, polished andesite, and put a glass front on here, and then the minecart will go under this corner, and the villagers can't get out there, but they will snap into the minecart when it's close to them, and then we can carry them off to a villager trading center, or for now up into the pods that go around the outside of this. And I was waiting for the longest time for the villagers to start breeding, and they just weren't breeding, and I couldn't figure it out. And then I realized that apparently the mechanics are slightly different than what I had described. The villagers here don't detect the village, they actually communicate with the villagers that are up there. And so I ended up having to catch another villager that was wandering around here, and I put him in the elevator, and now we can just see this in action. And I ran him up to the top where he detected the village, and right away they started breeding. And now there are 8 or 9 of them in there, so I shut the breeder off, and I just need to start putting those into their respective pods all the way around the outside of this thing. There's 3 on this side, 3 on that side, 2 in the back, and 3 in the front. That's 11 total. While I was waiting, I also did a whole bunch of farming and got a load of resources for the next project, or for any project that I might need wood on. I waited a really long time for that. So anyway, now I just need to start moving the villagers into their pods. I counted them just to be sure, and there are 10 villagers exactly in there, which is perfect. It's just the right amount. And now we just got to turn the villager breeder on and wait for them to start making babies. I opened all the trapdoors and shut that hole, the temporary hole in the side. And so as soon as they start breeding, and the babies should path off the trapdoors and fall down here, and then we can just take them away in the minecart. I should probably put a powered rail with a button there, because I'm not sure I could actually... No, I couldn't. Good thinking, Neenja. Good thinking. Okay, so I set it up to where when a villager gets in the minecart, all I have to do is push the button, and he gets sent away to wherever he's going. And I was standing here clearing out some of this dirt, and yes, I know it looks terrible, and we'll get it looking nice at some point, but I came over here and just randomly opened the chest, and there's a whole bunch of carrots in there, and it seems like the farmers, when they're farming along at the patches of dirt on the sides, the carrots tend to pop out and go down in the water streams, I guess. So it's sort of a really inefficient, fully automatic carrot farm, which is nice because carrots are my main diet right now. It's like all I'm eating. So now it's just more waiting, I guess. I suppose I could go farm more wood. Well, that was therapeutic. I was standing here wondering why there was no babies coming out, and when I realized something very sad. I put a block up at the top there to run my railing across my train track, and yeah, when I activated the villager breeder, the villager swam up to the top and drowned himself. Yay. Oh dear. This has not been a good day for my villagers. Poor guys. Anyway, so now I have to pull one out of here and then let them breed again until there's an even number again, and then I can get babies. Hopefully, if nothing else goes wrong. Success at last. So I pulled a nitwit out of here and stuck him in there, and they finally started breeding, and the first guy who came down here just dropped right out and ran away. I guess the babies are half a block wide? I had no idea. Anyway, so yeah, this is working just great, and hopefully we can get those guys out of there at some point. May have to put water on this side to push them over, but no, because then they'd swim up, and I don't think that would work. Well, I'll try a few things and figure out what works to get these guys to snap into the minecart and start putting them in their places. So I think I finally figured out something that works. As I was experimenting, I kept picking them up in my minecart, and then I'd have to break blocks to get them out, and ended up almost completing this. And but I didn't want that. I wanted a system where I could pick them up without having to break anything or keep moving stuff around. And this seems to work pretty good. It just picks them up and carries them off there. I have noticed though, if there's only one in here and he's all the way over on this side, that sometimes it doesn't pick them up. But I'm betting that when they grow into adults, it won't be a problem. So what I did was just made a 1x1 gap, and then I took one of the water source blocks back there out, so now the water flows diagonally and just pushes them into here. But now all I have to do is finish filling in the pods, and I think I'm going to move the elevator up so that it's even with the other spaces, just for looks. And once the villages are all in their pods, it'll look like that. And then this project will be done, except for aesthetics. I was going to build a carrot farm eventually, but man, who needs a carrot farm when you have a villager breeder? Anyway, I'm just on the last guy here, and I thought we'd do this together. So I'll send him off, and it's getting night. I should probably have slept before I did this. And now there's bound to go something wrong. But yep, there was something wrong. Well, he didn't die. That's a start, I guess. Stupid me. Why? Who does that? Like, seriously, who does that? Everybody knows curved rails can't go up steps. Yeah. And now I can't talk either. Oh dear. Ow. I knew something was gonna go wrong. I'm gonna run sleep and just put him in that thing and not show you how derpy I am about it. Yeah, okay. So he's up there, safe and sound and alive, and you're gonna have to take my word for it. And I remove the scaffolding blocks, and I move the button down more within reach. And that is our villager breeder / carrot farm / iron farm, fully functional. And all that's left is to make it look good. But that is going to have to wait till later, because we are done for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.